healthy, I wanted to take this opportunity to share a hobby of mine. Since about 2015, I've been collecting old vintage 80s arcade games. That's right, it's a hobby you're definitely not winning friends and influencing people, and definitely not attracting the ladies, guys. That's for sure. But it's a lot of fun. I was looking on Craigslist for some tools, and I ran across a Miss Pac-Man. How did you know you could buy these things? So what did I do? Yeah, I bought it. Brought it home, it was broken, figured out how to fix it, and that is what started the habit. Yes, I've got about 26 machines in my garage, and gosh, quite a few more in storage that I rotate in and out. I went and picked off all my favorites from childhood, and I thought this was a perfect time to share the list with you. So let's go to the garage and check it out. Here's the garage. Yes, I've been collecting these since 2015. You know, I started collecting my favorite titles that I remember from childhood, and then I moved on to some other titles that I found in the hobby that I found were a lot of fun to play. I'm not very good at these games, but they're just like nostalgic art pieces. You know, really cool art, and they bring back the memories from childhood. Back when things were simple, right? You know, people always ask, where do I find these things? I mean, Craigslist has been a big resource for that. Got most of these off Craigslist. Then when I started meeting people in the hobby, some of them have games that they're selling, and but all over Craigslist. A lot of them are broken. You can restore them, or you can pay, you know, a bit more and get them fully working. The price ranges anywhere from a few $100s to a few $1,000s. Not much more than that. So, all right, first game I ever got, Miss Pac-Man. This game I remember playing when I was a child in a restaurant with my family. We used to go to the sushi restaurant, and they had actually a cocktail version of this Miss Pac-Man, and I would play that over and over and over again. So, like I said, I found this on Craigslist, totally broken and beat up. I restored it. I put brand new side art on it. I put new pink T-molding, control panel artwork, and through watching YouTube videos, I was able to fix the game and make it work. Amazing. This game was just beat up, and at the time, the girlfriend I had at the time was out of town. So I brought this home and didn't say anything, and oh my God, I made a mess in the garage. I was sanding this thing. I mean, I just ruined the garage. I'm not very construction-y, so it was an absolute mess, and I was trying to clean this up before she got back from her vacation. You know, the girlfriend didn't last, but hey, the Miss Pac-Man did. Good thing I restored it. Love this game. All right, next title I picked up was Donkey Kong Jr. I really love the artwork in this game. So this game was from 1982, and this particular game I played at Chuck E. Cheese. Now, I've got a card in here that plays Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong Jr. Remix, and original Donkey Kong. And for you nerds out there, this is on a Vector Labs switcher running all original board sets. Yes, Chuck E. Cheese, a wealth of games for children back in the day, in the 80s. Next game I picked up was Star Wars. Now, who doesn't love Star Wars? The awesome thing about this is hearing movie sounds in a game was unreal when you're a kid. Star Wars from 1983. I mean, any kind of game you can drive, or in this instance fly, was super cool when you're a kid. This uses a vector monitor, different from the other monitors, the raster monitors. Gosh, I love this game. This was the third game that I ever picked up, Star Wars. I got this fully working. Didn't really have to do anything to it. Next game that I got, Tron. This is the epitome for me of the nostalgic art piece. I think the cabinet just looks really cool with the black lights, and it just sets off the colors of this game. And again, one right from the movie, Tron from 1982. This game really stuck out. I played this as well in Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, I really love playing this game. Yeah, just like the art and the way they just set this cabinet up. I just think it's really interesting. Not very good at these now. Never was really good at them then, like I said, but really cool cabinet. Next piece that I got was Paperboy. Anyone remember Paperboy? Yes, Paperboy from 1984. Very unique cabinet. You are a paperboy, as in the title, controlling a bike and throwing out papers. As you can see in the gameplay here, I used to play this at 7-Eleven along with WWF Wrestling, but Paperboy won. What a great game. Really loved playing this one. Let's see, what did I get next? Well, now we're going to go out of order because this first row was in the order that I got them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, in Mission Beach, I used to play The Simpsons, and that's what I thought I got. This game came off a construction site, totally broken and in pieces, and I realized it was actually a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I restored it to that. Still a fun game. I'm wanting to get an adapter so I can play this and Simpsons. I do have both board sets as well as Sunset Riders, but I haven't set that up yet. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1989. 1989. Yeah, 89, gotta love it. Another classic, Galaga. How can you have a home arcade without Galaga? Well, you can't. So here you have it. This was the other game in that sushi restaurant that I used to play, Miss Pac-Man and Galaga. This came beat up pretty bad, smelling like mold. Cleaned it up, got the artwork on here, and yeah, what a fun game. Anyone else remember Galaga? It's a pretty popular game for sure. Love playing this one. Lots of people who come by like Galaga. Okay, next game, Qbert. Another favorite from Chuck E. Cheese. God, love playing this one too. Some real nostalgic sounds for me in Qbert. You're this little guy jumping down cubes. I'll show you a quick gameplay. You have to cover each cube and it changes the color as you jump on it. And when you change each cube color, you pass the level. Just an interesting game, a lot of fun. Kind of a quirky game. Qbert was from 1982. 1982. Next game is Mad Planets. Mad Planets. This is one of those ones that's like a $4,000 game, $3,000 to $4,000 game, sometimes $5,000. Crazy. I ended up building this from scratch. I had a buddy come and built the cabinet, and definitely a super affordable way to get a Mad Planets. It does have the original joystick or flight stick. Got the artwork on there, and it's running a J-Rock board for those who need to know. Mad Planets. Mad Planets, let's see. Mad Planets is 1983. Exciting 83. Next game here, Monaco GP. Love this game. I played this at a liquor store in Pine Valley, California, East County. For those who know Pine Valley, I used to ride my skateboard down there and play this game, and on one quarter I could just go forever. Fun fact, this game only goes to 9,999. And when you get there, it does not go any higher. And I hold the world record in this. We'll share the world record with 3 other people. Yes, something to be proud about, ladies. All right, next game, Area 51. So this is one of the ones, I mean, you gotta have a shooting game, right? You gotta shoot stuff in an arcade, of course. Area 51 comes down from 1995. 95. This is not really one I remember much from childhood, but I felt this was a fun one to have when I did play it. This has Area 51 and Maximum Force. It has a hard drive upgrade in that. This is a fun one. A lot of people like playing doubles on this. Glad I got it. Okay, Millipede. Well, you know, I really wanted a Centipede, and I could not find one at the time, but I did find this really cool Millipede, and I love the artwork on this. Really dig the artwork, and I have an upgrade in this that plays both Centipede and Millipede. I personally prefer Centipede, but dig the cabinet, and I'm glad I can play both. Next up is Asteroids Deluxe. Asteroids Deluxe. I think the original Asteroids came out in 1979. And Asteroids Deluxe is probably, I think it came out right after that, in 1980. And look at this artwork in here. I mean, they've got a black light setting off these cardboard asteroids in there. Now I've got an upgrade in here that plays Asteroids Deluxe, Asteroids, and Lunar Lander. So I can play all three. Of course, Lunar Lander requires a different control panel, but it's still cool to have that. Next cabinet, Dragon's Lair. Holy crap, I put so much money into Dragon's Lair as a kid. I mean, this was a must-have game for me. This is one of those ones that goes for a few $1,000s, but I got this for a really great deal, and wow, a lot of fun. This was one of the first games that cost 50 cents. 50 cents. Yeah, one of the first games at 50 cents. So this particular game, I've got a card in here that plays Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, and Dragon's Lair 2. These were those Laserdisc games. It was like a cartoon. So as a kid, when you're playing a cartoon game, this was like blow your mind. As you're a kid playing a cartoon, you know, Saturday morning cartoons. Now you're actually controlling a cartoon. Yeah, amazing. I have a monitor on top because they used to have monitors on top of the Dragon's Lair and Space Ace because people would crowd around and you couldn't see the gameplay. Yeah, how nerdy is that? Had to have it. Let's see, Dragon's Lair came out in 1983. Next game, Tempest. Tempest was one I remember, I think, from the Starcade in Disneyland. Yes, I used to play a lot of Tempest at Disneyland. And this just brings me right back when I was a child. And when I saw this, I had to have it. This is a really cool game. Interesting artwork, too. Kind of nuts, yeah? Tempest is from 1981. 81. Fun game. Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter is 1983. This is a game, again, if you're driving or flying when you're a kid, any kind of game like that's interesting. You're driving this in a sequence where you're shooting at other spies, I assume. This was a fun game, of course, because you're driving. You get to shoot, you have smoke screens. There's all kinds of interesting additions. You've got multiple buttons that trigger lots of interesting effects in this game. Got a lot of fun, and the iconic sounds of Spy Hunter really stuck with me. Definitely a great one. Next is Space Sap. Space Sap. Well, it's a black and white game with a color overlay over the monitor. This is one I don't really remember from childhood. I discovered this in Eagle, Idaho at a place called Grinkers, and got just an interesting game. It's very monotonous. It's kind of a carpal tunnel type game. You're pounding this fire button as you're this base in the middle, and each direction, like up, down, left, right, is where you're aiming the shooting as ships come at you. Yeah, sounds like fun, doesn't it? Well, it is for a while. But it's a cool piece. I've got the black light shining down, so it makes this glow, and yeah, I just really started digging this game. So you know what? Found a guy online and eBay. Found this one on eBay. Next is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Yes, I love that movie, 1985. Where did I play this? I don't remember where I used to play this game, but I did play this quite a bit and love this game because of the movie sounds. I mean, anything that had a movie soundtrack and actual movie dialogue or a game talk. Again, in the 80s when a game talked, that was like revolutionary technology. right? Nothing talked, and it was in a more than computer voice. It sounded real, so it was just like, this was just one of the cool games for me. Brought back the movie sounds and definitely a nostalgic piece. Moving on to 720. Yes, grew up skating, and I used to play this. I went on a family vacation with a friend, Chris Schwartz, and we played this right outside of Vegas, I believe. He was really good at this. I remember pumping so many quarters into this game. Yeah, I was terrible at it, but I love skating, and you gotta have a 720. Yeah. All right, Street Fighter 2. Got this one off Craigslist, totally beat down and restored it. I think Street Fighter came out in 95, 96, somewhere around there, Street Fighter 2. New overlay, new bezel graphics, new marquee, and I've got a card in here that plays like 1,000 different games. So this is one that's cool. People can come over and find a lot of titles they remember that I might not have here. And of course it plays all the different Street Fighters. Gosh, a ton of different games. You name it, this one probably has it from the 80s. Yeah, in the Street Fighter cab. Next is Vanguard. Vanguard, love this game. Not a very popular game though. A lot of people don't like this. So, I like it. It's a fun game. And I found this one. Actually, I don't remember this one from childhood. I found this again through that Drinkers in Eagle, Idaho. It's a massive arcade. It's like almost like a museum quality arcade from the 70s and 80s and a few 90s games. Amazing place. Discovered it there, had a lot of fun playing it, and got one. This also has an edition that plays quite a few other games like Scramble and Frogger, so you can switch between those. Love some Vanguard. And pole position, and pole position. Again, a driving game, 1982. This I played a ton of. Love this game. One of my favorites. Pole position. Got this in pretty good condition. Still ended up putting a new control panel overlay on it. Cleaned up the steering wheel. You know, a lot of these come rusted and are just super dirty. Those who know Slicknick, I got overlay for the center of the wheel. Got a monitor, had to get a new monitor, and those are hard to find. They don't make them anymore, of course, and finding monitors is sometimes very difficult. Got a monitor, and I'm good to go. Pole position, definitely one of my favorites. Yeah. All right, next. Track and field. God, anyone remember this one? Track and field with that Olympic theme. Track and field from 1983. This is a game you can definitely play with your buddies. You can have up to 4 players and playing 2 at a time, and you're just smashing these run buttons as fast as you can, like two-handed, and you've got 4 events that you go through. So this is a lot of fun to play with friends. Yeah, and the Olympic theme, big in the 80s, track and field. Next is Joust. God, one of my favorites. I used to play this on my computer, Apple IIe. Anyone remember that? This game is from 1982. Joust. What a fun game. You are mounting an ostrich and flying that around and I guess jacking up other ostriches and taking the eggs and saving the Joust world from all the other evil jousters. Yeah, what a crazy game. A lot of fun to play. Interesting artwork. I like how the buttons are lit up. Williams game. Williams came out with a lot of cool games like Robotron and some others, but Joust is definitely one of my favorites. Really had to have that. Tapper. Now Tapper is popular in the arcade hobby. Tapper from 1983. This is one of those ones that'll go for upwards of $3,000. I found this at an auction. Got this for $300 at an auction, and it was definitely beat up. You can tell that I didn't change the artwork, but what I did do is rebrass the cup holders, and I got a new control panel overlay artwork, a new bezel, and also a marquee for this. This is just a really cool cabinet. I mean, it's got that bar theme, the bar theme with the brass cup holders and the brass foot bar at the bottom. Okay, last but not least is Zookeeper. This is the last game that I got. I actually restored this game, and gosh, what year? 1992. Zookeeper, 1992. I don't remember this from childhood either, but this game is a very addicting game to play. I discovered this at a buddy's house, and you were this guy, Zeke, running around boxing in animals. What a strange concept. When the animals do get out and you jump over them, you get extra points. Like I said, it's an addicting, strange game to play. Had a lot of fun. Friends have a lot of fun playing this. And really neat artwork. Love the artwork on this one. Yeah, restored this from scratch. This was in a beat up old Taito cabinet. And got the side art, got the control panel artwork. Was able to source a joystick because I didn't have. This is a specific 8-way joystick, not the 4-way, it's the 8-way. God, what a great game. Last game that I've got. I think I'm good. I think I'm good now, guys. I have enough of these damn things. I've just flooded the garage. It started with a row over here, and it just grew to this massive room of arcade. And, you know, I'm stoked to have this. It's a little obsessive, but it sure is a blast to bring friends and family over and share this with them and be able to reminisce on old times. Those simpler times back when life was not what it is now, not in lockdown, right? So again, I hope you guys are safe and staying healthy. And got any questions, comments? Write them below. I'll be happy to answer them. All right, guys, take care.